What's up, YouTube? This is the Sports Debate. This is our first upload. Tonight, I just want to touch up on the Celtics trade deadline, news, rumors, and everything that's been going on right now as we speak up to the moment. So, today, the Celtics were brought into rumors with acquiring Jimmy Butler, Paul George, Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond. These are all names that came out today in Celtics trade rumors. In my personal belief, I don't think Danny Ainge pulls the trigger for any of them, simply due to the fact that he's not willing to give up Nets picks and assets like Jaylen Brown or Marcus Smart for a player that's going to take us out of free agency and still not get us past the Cavs. So with that being said, I don't think any of those players will be acquired. The Bulls already stated, Jimmy Butler's camp has already stated, that Jimmy Butler's not being traded. And sources from Indiana already said that Paul George is not being traded. So all these rumors are pretty much fake. Celtics fans overblow anything they hear. It's just nonsense. The whole Andre Drummond thing, I'll touch upon that for a second. I think that Andre Drummond is a horrible fit on the Celtics. Sure, he gives you rebounding, elite rebounding, probably the best rebounder in the league. But he takes you out of free agency, number one. He has a long-term deal. And he does not stretch the floor. He doesn't pass well. Even his defense is a little suspect. With that being said, does he fit our team? No. He clogs the offense. Doesn't allow Isaiah to get to the rim at ease because he's clogging. He can't stretch the floor. He can't stretch out a defense like Al Horford can. So I see a lot of Celtics fans jumping to equation because, let's face it, our fan base is a mix of children and just delusional fans. I'll say it straight up. Our fan base is a mess. And they see a name and they want everybody. Me, instead of Drummond, I'd rather target a guy like Andrew Bogut. Even with, his age and contract situation is perfect for the Celtics. They got Ante Zizic coming over next year from overseas. They drafted him in the first round last year. He's playing in a Croatian league, I believe, and he's dominating over there. He was traded to a better team, and he's still putting up good numbers. So with a guy like that overseas, and they also have Gershon Yabusele, who's overseas as well, another bruiser, big power forward, rebounder. He could stretch the floor a little bit. He's got a nice all-around game. He's being compared to a guy like Boris Diaw. So, with that being said, I don't think Drummond's a target. I'd rather target a guy like Bogut who can give us rebounding and defensive anchor in the middle for the rest of the season. And his contract comes off the books next year and still gives us max money in the free agency to target a guy like Gordon Hayward or whoever we want to target. So with that being said, I think that's the correct move there. As far as Paul George is concerned, in my personal opinion, the Celtics shouldn't trade the 2017 Nets pick, especially right now. We have the best odds to get, a top like two. Obviously, we have a top 4 pick guaranteed, but I think a top 2 pick is not out of the question here. I think that's what's going to happen. So when you have an opportunity to land a guy like Markelle Fultz or, even Alonzo Ball, even though I'm not the biggest fan of Alonzo Ball, but you can't pass up the opportunity to land a guy like that in the draft for, a guy that maybe gets you past the second round into the Eastern Conference Finals and still doesn't put you past Cleveland. I don't think any of those names can put you past Cleveland, to be honest with you. I don't think Paul George gets us past Cleveland, especially if it's going to cost Avery Bradley, and 2 Nets picks. That's just blowing the future for nothing. I don't think a guy like Jimmy Butler gets us through, Cleveland. He adds, sure, you trade him for Avery Bradley and the 2018 Nets pick. You keep the 17. You lose one of your best three-point shooters and defenders. You gain a guy who's a great shot creator. He's a great player. He is a star, Jimmy Butler, but does not get you past Cleveland. Absolutely doesn't. I think what the Celtics should do is just, like I said, acquire a small guy, a small target like a Andrew Bogut. They were talking to P.J. Tucker. I'm cool with that. Adds wing depth and a good defender off the bench for a playoff run. But I think patience is the key with the Celtics at this point. There's no need to rush into something when the future is bright as it is. Next year they have a potential starting lineup of Isaiah Thomas, Avery Bradley, Jay Crowder, Gershon Yabusele, and then Al Horford starting at the 5. That's not even including a signing in the free agency, which they're going to have the money to do if they don't make a trade. So the future could be extremely bright for the Celtics if they make the right decisions. Danny Ainge is known for patience and not rushing into a deal. So, if my final opinion here is Celtics will either make a small acquisition, an Andrew Bogut, a PJ Tucker, I mean, I hate to say it, but maybe a Jahlil Okafor, even though I don't want to see that happen. That's more of likely what's going to happen. And if not, they will stand pat at the deadline and will not make a trade because Danny Ainge will not rush into a deal. And as I stated before, players like Paul George and Jimmy Butler are simply not available at this moment. So I just don't see it happening. Many reports out of Indiana say Paul George will not be traded, and the same goes for Chicago with Jimmy Butler. So all the speculation you're hearing is pure rumors. That's all it is. There's no truth to it. No deal has even been talked about. No deal has been close. I'm sure Danny called Chicago and tried to talk and whatever the case may be, but no deal is imminent. No deal is close. So yeah, any Celtics rumors you hear right now are pure speculation and pure rumors. Isaiah Thomas tweeted out an eye emoji, and the world snapped out, and Celtics fans were going insane over nothing, and nothing ever happened. Nothing transpired after that tweet. So things are just going crazy right now. It's trade deadline season. This is why we love the NBA. This is why we love the trade deadline. Crazy things happen. It's all fun and games. So yeah, we'll see what happens, man. I mean, listen, Thursday, 23rd, 3 p.m. Eastern is the deadline. I expect a lot of things to happen, a lot of things to happen then. But who knows? I mean, hey, DeMarcus Cousins was traded to the Pelicans. Let's just get that out there, Who would have guessed that a superstar at the level of DeMarcus Cousins would be traded to the Pelicans out of nowhere like that after the All-Star game? I didn't believe it when I read it. I couldn't believe what I was reading. So, DeMarcus Cousins gets traded to the Pelicans for Buddy Hield, Tyreek Evans, Langston Galloway, and I think a first-rounder. So, or 2 first-rounders, something along those lines. They'll probably cut Langston Galloway. But huge trade for the Pelicans. Huge trade. They add a superstar, make Davis happy. Do I think it gets them past the Warriors? No, I don't. It makes the team interesting. They could be a 50-win team next year if everything works out. Obviously, they didn't even have a practice together yet, so who knows how Davis and Cousins are going to coexist. But from on paper, that's a hell of a team right there. Just needs a couple wing guys that can shoot the ball, and that team's looking dangerous. What other trades happened recently? Lou Williams was traded to the Rockets today from the Lakers, so for Corey Brewer and I think a first. So interesting, perfect for D'Antoni's system, a 3-point shooter to add to that. That team's stacked with 3-point shooting. You got Ryan Anderson, Trevor Ariza, James Harden. Now you add Lou Williams to that, dangerous team. Don't think they get past the Warriors either, but I could see them sneaking past the. It's going to be a good series, them and the Spurs, to be honest. I think the Spurs pull it out, but it would be fun to watch. It's a fun team to watch this year. Nobody thought the Rockets were as good, were going to be as good as they are. So, fun team to watch. I think it's a good acquisition for them. But yeah, so we'll continue to watch and see, and see what ends up happening. But as of right now, that's where we're at. Rumors have slowed down for the night. It looks like that's going to be it till tomorrow. Right now it's 2:16 a.m. when I'm recording this on February 22nd. So it's the beginning of a day. We got one full day left before the 23rd, and that's the deadline at 3 p.m. like I said. And that day I do expect a lot of things to be done. So we'll see what happens. Thank you guys for watching the video. Just a quick update on the Celtics trade deadline and NBA trade deadline as a whole. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at TSDTwitch. On Twitter, I'll leave the link in the description. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. This is our first video. We plan on doing live streams, bringing viewers on and talking sports, mainly NBA and trade deadline stuff and all that. So we plan to bring that to you soon. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll catch you guys next time.